Hi, I'm Dave Epstein. Welcome to this edition of Growing Wisdom, and I'm in my tomato garden here. But recently, I was in Iceland at Friðheimar at their farm, and it is about 100 kilometers away from Reykjavik. Just an amazing place. I got a chance to kind of walk around the farm with one of 5 kids from the founders that the founders have, and Matthias took me around and showed me all sorts of operations. We had this little introduction we did. I listened to the audio. I wasn't thrilled with it, so I'm doing the introduction. I'm going to let him do a lot of the talking. Here's our conversation. So we're in the heirloom tomato house here, and we're starting. You're giving me this tour of your family farm. Tell me a little bit about the farm and what you guys do, and being organic, and the feeding, and just, it's quite an operation.
Yeah, so it basically all started in 1995. My father, he studied agriculture, my mother studied horticulture, so they always had this dream of buying a farm. My father was interested in horses, my mother was interested in gardening. So they bought Friðheimar in 1995. It was a small place, like a bonded greenhouse, and they've been expanding a lot since then. 2008 we built the stables we have today, and 2012 we decided to build a restaurant. And we had like 800 people coming every year in the restaurant the first years. We were like really proud of that. But then now we have like 250,000 people coming each year here at Friðheimar, which is like way much more than you could possibly like imagine.
And what are you doing with tomatoes? Like, you're growing a lot of tomatoes. How many varieties do you have, and where are the tomatoes going?
Yeah, so we have 4 varieties of tomatoes. These ones here, this is the heirloom tomatoes. Then we have Livento, which is this traditional tomato. We have plum tomatoes, which are these egg-shaped tomatoes, and then we have piccolo, which are these tiny sweet tomatoes. And we are harvesting about 2 tons of tomatoes every single day. It's like around 700 tons per year. And we don't export outside of Iceland, we only keep it in Iceland. And the reason is we want to have it as fresh as possible. So usually they're in the supermarket the same day or the day after we pick them. And you can pretty much buy them all around Iceland, like on the south side, west side, east, everywhere in Iceland.
And how do you control insects and other issues here in the greenhouses?
So we have a biological pest control. We call the system the good flies against the bad flies. We import this fly called Microlopus from the Netherlands, put them onto the plants where they're in the eggs, and they crack out of the egg, start flying around and eat all of the bad fly for us. So instead of us walking along with the plant spraying chemical stuff on them, we can have this more natural style.
So at home, I have to prune my tomatoes a little bit. I take out the suckers like this between. Yeah. What are you guys doing with your leaves here on the tomatoes?
Yeah, so we actually have to keep care of the tomato plants. What we do is to try to keep the optimal amount of leaves. So if we would have too many leaves, we would have to take them off the plants, because otherwise the plant is using all of the energy it has to create leaf. If we would have too few leaves, it wouldn't catch the sunlight. So therefore we try our best to keep optimal amount of leaves on the plants.
Obviously you're in Iceland. What about lighting and keeping things warm?
Yeah, so that's a huge factor we have to consider, because it's Iceland, it's very cold here, especially during the winter, and we don't have so much sunlight. So we are very lucky that 200 meters away from us we have a hot spring which is pumping up boiling hot water. It's like 96 degrees Celsius when it comes here, and on the floor you can see these pipes, also on the walls and the ceiling. The hot water is circulating these pipes and therefore heating up the greenhouses. Then to make sunlight we can use the green energy which we have here in Iceland to power these lightings. Some not in this house, but we have them in the other houses. So that's how we are able to have this artificial sunlight for the plants.
And someone can actually come here and have a meal, and how would they do that?
So we have a restaurant on the other side, which is a sort of a main restaurant. So usually people book with months in advance, because it gets fully booked from April until October. But then we also have the wine bar here, which is another restaurant we have, which is more free-flowing, so it's more open to walk-ins than the main restaurant.
Awesome. All right, so we're outside, and we know plants need CO2. They're giving off oxygen, and they use CO2. So you guys are doing some experimenting.
Yeah, so we are basically experimenting if it is possible to take the CO2 out of the compost, and then we can use it to put it into the greenhouses, because obviously the tomato plants, they need to breathe in the CO2. So that's a fun experiment which we are doing right now.
Mateus, this was amazing. I appreciate the tour, the restaurant, the wine bar, the varieties of tomatoes. I mean, you folks have pretty amazing, it's just an amazing place to grow up.
Thank you. Yeah, it was really happy to be involved with this. I consider myself like very lucky.
For Growing Wisdom, I'm Dave Epstein. So we're having a little snack. What were you just telling me about the strawberries?
So last year, 2025, we bought our neighbors' greenhouses, and they are growing. They were growing strawberries there. So now we can happily say that we are also growing strawberries along with the tomatoes. So this is strawberries grown by us.